Welcome to the Ultimate Breeding Guide, where you'll learn everything you need to know about breeding. In order to breed, you need to Pokemon of opposite gender and give it to the lady at the daycare. The ability and species of the Pokemon will always be the same as the mother's. Once you have given your Pokemon to the daycare lady, you can now just wait. For how long? There are 3 scenarios. 10 to 20 minutes when same egg group but different species. 5 to 10 minutes when the same species. And never when they are in different egg groups. You can always check what egg group a Pokemon belongs to with the use of the Pokedex. Now that you have your eggs, let's begin hatching them. Hatching eggs are the grindy part of the breeding process, as you need to run around in order to hatch them. But no need to worry, as there are ways to shorten the hatching process. Here's what you need. New runner's boots. These boots give you speed too, making you move faster. Next are Pokemon with Flame Body. Pokemon with Flame Body, Magma Armor or Steam Engine, when placed at the first slot of your party, decreases the time to hatch your eggs by half. And lastly, an Egg Tunnel, which is just a tunnel or road that has ice on the floor for maximum speed. Because the faster you go, the faster your eggs hatch. However, the downside to this method is that it causes the server to lag, due to constantly loading chunks. So you can also use an AFK water pool, which works because your feet are touching the ground, as the water pushes you around. And due to the pool keeping you in one place, the server lags less, making your eggs hatch faster than the ice tunnel method. Now you know how to hatch eggs, it's time to learn how long your egg will hatch. You can check your egg's progress by clicking on its summary, which has different texts that tell you how close are yours to hatch. Here's all the text along with how close they are to hatching. You can also estimate the time your egg will hatch through learning the Pokemon's egg cycle. Each Pokemon has their own egg cycle, but they can be categorized into 2 groups. 15 to 20 egg cycle, which are the easiest ones to hatch, taking 30 to 40 minutes to hatch. Pokemon in this group are the common Pokemon and starter Pokemon. 30 to 40 egg cycle. These eggs take long to hatch, ranging from 1 to 2 hours. Pokemon that belong in this group are commonly strong Pokemon, so it's still worth breeding. You can find all of the Pokemon's egg cycle through Bulbapedia, which I will provide with a link down in the description. So that is the basics of breeding. I hope you got all that, because it's time to teach you advanced breeding. Now that you learned of the basics of breeding, it's time to unlock your Pokemon's fullest potential. You see, each Pokemon has these things called IVs. IVs, or individual values, are bonus points given to your Pokemon stat. Each stat can have the chance to get 0 to 31 IVs, meaning the more IVs your Pokemon have, the stronger it is. But you can't normally find a max IV Pokemon out in the wild, as it is really rare. So you can only obtain one through breeding. Here's what you need. First, you need 6 Pokemon, each having 3 1-IVs in 1 stat. A Pokemon with 3 1-IVs in 1 stat are more common than a Pokemon with 3 1-IVs in 2 or more stats. But be sure those 6 Pokemon are in the same egg group as to not waste time transferring the IVs. Next, you need power items. Power items are normally used for EVE training, but in breeding, they guarantee 1 stat will be passed down to the offspring. And lastly, a destiny knot, which can pass down both of the parents' 5 stats. But each stat is a 50-50th if the stat is going to be from the mother's or the father's. So it is best to use it when both parents are close to having max IVs. Now that you have your items, here's how you breed them. Let's say 3 of your Pokemon are females and the rest are males. Group them into 3 and breed them until the offsprings gets the 2 3 1-IVs. Next, pair 2 of them, this time giving one of them Destiny Knot and the other the respective power item. Do this until you get a 4x31 Mon, and finish it by doing the same by pairing it with the 2x31 offspring. And there you have it, a max IV Pokemon. But we are not done, as your first max IV Pokemon is meant to be your Breedermon. What is a Breedermon? A Breedermon is mostly a Pokemon you use for breeding. It is meant to transfer IVs across all egg groups. So here's a breeding tree for reference of what Pokemon you can use as your breeder Pokemon for a specific egg group. You can also use a Ditto if you want to just breed. However, Ditto can't breed with other Dittos. So the IVs you're getting are the same as the Dittos. Thus it's normally used to get female Pokemon or to breed with genderless Pokemon. Another way to maximize your Pokemon's fullest potential is giving it egg moves. Egg moves are moves that a Pokemon gets during breeding. Think of this as the dormant gene of your Pokemon, as it requires a Pokemon from a different species to give it the move. To do this, teach the father the egg move you want to give to your Pokemon, and send it to the daycare with the mother. The offspring will get the move once you hatch them. A lot of Pokemon's egg moves are very good, sometimes necessary in order to do well in battle. You can find what egg moves your Pokemon can learn through Cerebi. However, it is not as necessary as your Pokemon's nature. Nature, according to some people, surpasses the both Ives and egg moves in terms of raw power, as it can give a stat 10% and take 10% from another, which is why nature is that important, as it can make or break a Pokemon. Once you have your Pokemon and the parent with the nature you need, give the parent with the nature an Everstone, as these guarantees the offspring will have the nature. But know that it will take a while to perfect the Ives, as Destiny not only passes down 5 Ives, meaning the last one IV will be random and can break the Pokemon's stat if unlucky. Here is a bonus lesson for you. There is a mechanic in the game known as Hidden Power. Hidden Power is a special move that changes its type and power depending on your Pokemon Ives. This is commonly used for coverage moves, such as Hidden Power Ground Volcarona. Volcarona is known to be 4 times weak to rock, so people breed their Volcarona to have access to Hidden Power Ground, as it can counter rock types. Obtaining Hidden Power with the type you want requires a lot of patience and luck, sequence of 31s and 30s. Here's the general Ives for each Hidden Power, but you can find more in the description. Let's have a look at Volcarona for example. We need a ground Hidden Power, so in order to get the highest possible Ives for Volcarona we need 31 health, 30 attack, 30 defense, 31 special attack, 31 special defense, and 30 speed. So in order to obtain these Ives, you have to get 6 by 30 mins and breed them with 6 by 31 mins, using the combination of Destiny Knots and power items. And then you can finally breed it with Volcarona. It may take a while, but it will be worth it. Thank you for listening to my guide. I hope I taught you everything you need to know about breeding. Be sure to stick around as I have more guides in mind. Until next time.